I have some Kinsey tidbits.
All right, let's hear them.
At 8 minutes, 14 seconds, Pam, gets up in a huff from Roy and leaves her salad on the table.
Yeah.
You didn't pack up your Tupperware or anything, and you had a juice box.
What are you? I had just been insulted. He insulted me. He just said we're dating, and I had to say we're not dating, we're engaged. I'm very hurt, and I walk away. What do you want?
And here's my salad and my Tupperware. Deal with it.
Have you never been at a meal and been offended and just left your plate?
No.
So if you're in a fight with someone over dinner,
yes,
you get up with your plate and you go rinse it off and put it in the dishwasher.
That's right. I'm going to bust my plate. I'm not going to leave my salad.
Well, I would love to see that. I think it would have been so weird if she had taken her food with her. What an odd choice.
I think it would be funny if she was mad as hell and had to pack up her salad.
I have a thing that I wanted to share about Pam's engagement ring to Roy. The props people, when you have to be married on a show, they'll bring you a whole tray of rings.
To pick.
Yes, you get to pick your engagement ring and your wedding ring. Now, these are based on selections that have been pre-edited by the director and producers, right? So you can't just pick like a honkin' ring.
Right, it has to match your character's life.
Yes, but they give you a variety of things to choose from, and you have to try them on in different sizes. So when they gave me the tray of rings, I picked a diamond cluster ring as opposed to a diamond solitaire. And I had it in my mind that Pam has always been hurt that Roy didn't get her more of the ring she wanted, which would be more of a diamond solitaire, more of what Jim is going to give her later.
Right.
But she's a polite person, and she thinks it's not right to be offended by the ring or to not like the ring, so she had to very graciously accept this ring. But I always felt like her opinion of Roy was that he didn't put enough effort into getting to know her or what she would like, or he didn't put a lot of effort into the engagement ring.
Or the relationship.
But that the ring is really a symbol of his lack of effort and his lack of knowing her. And every day when I would look down at that diamond cluster ring, it would just poke at those wounds that she has in her relationship with Roy. And so when he says boyfriend, that's another way that she's like, that's right. This ring makes me feel like we're not engaged. I've been wearing this diamond cluster ring for 3 years, and it feels like a thing that you give your girlfriend. It doesn't feel like what you give someone when you're proposing, at least for Pam. Does that make sense?
It does. And it also just makes me sad. And now I take back my salad. My salad judgment.
So you see how hurt she was.
She was very hurt.
You see the history there.
Yes,
she can't clean up a salad in that moment, Angela.
No. In that moment, she's like, 3 years. 3 years I've sat here and you haven't noticed me.
Yes.
That's what's raging inside her.
And this is probably one of the biggest displays of hurt and anger that Pam has ever had. Because she doesn't let it out.
No. Okay, I take back the salad packing up. Okay.
Should we also talk about the Jim Pam part of this episode?
Yes, because they have such an awkward, flirty scene that is so funny to me. First of all, I love that the subject of their flirt is the mall or wave runners. This was so relatable to me because I have family that live in like northern Texas, and on the weekend you go to the lake and you go to the mall.
Yes, exactly. These are the choices. Jim is going to go to the mall for the weekend if he doesn't have to work.
The outlets, right?
The outlet malls.
Yeah.
And then Pam said that if Roy wins, they're going to take the wave runners up to the lake.
Yeah, I love it.
And Jim says, well, I think Roy's going to be working. So I think you're going to be coming to the mall with me, just if you want to save big on brand names. Super cute. But I have to say that whole wave runner backstory, that was based on a backstory that I wrote about Pam and Roy that ended up making it into the show in this very subtle way. So I remember trying to justify, just as myself, why is Pam still engaged to Roy after 3 years? Because in this episode, you find out, like, they've been engaged for 3 years. Her little toaster oven is broken.
Oven. She's sad.
She got at her engagement party is broken.
Yeah.
They're still not married. So I asked myself, why? Why are they not married yet? It's been 3 years. What is the reason? In my head, I came up with the reason that they had been saving money for the wedding.
Wait. I have to pause. I love this about Jenna so much, you guys. This is her actor prep.
This was my actor prep.
She did this solely for herself.
No one asked me to do it.
No one asked her to do it.
I wrote it in essay form.
Again, Jenna, first of her name, keeper of the notes.
I would love to find this document. It was my Pam document.
Oh my God,
and I have all these little things I made up.
Oh my God, you have to find it. Okay, so go. So what was your backstory
So my
for yourself?
backstory was that they had been saving money for the wedding, and about a year into their engagement, without telling Pam, Roy spent the money on a pair of wave runners with his brother.
This is perfect, Jenna.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
And he, so he and his brother bought these pair of wave runners with their wedding money. But, Roy was like, we're going to have so much fun with these. So it broke Pam's heart. These wave runners. Yeah. And I told Greg this story, just bantering with him. And he was like, oh my gosh, I love that. We got to put that in. We got to put that in the wave runners.
Yeah.
In the wave runners.
That is so good. I love that. I feel like as I talked to some of our cast members about our time on the show, we all had moments where we gave ourselves a little backstory like that. And obviously we won't get into it here. Mine was sprinkles.
You invented sprinkles.
I did. But I did not know you did that about the wave runners. That is absolutely what Roy would have done.
Yeah.
He would have been like, listen, that money we were going to spend on the wedding, I got a really good deal on wave runners.
Yeah, he surprised her with some wave runners.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
What Pam's always wanted. So another really cute, flirty moment between Jim and Pam. After the conference room scene, where we all find out there's going to be downsizing, the camera cuts to different groups of people talking about downsizing. Mm-hmm. But when it cuts to Jim and Pam, we are not talking about downsizing.
What are you guys talking about?
We are talking about your cat party.
Oh!
Do you remember this?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So I feel like this is really significant and kind of goes on the heels of what we were talking about with Greg wanting to collaborate with actors. So Ken said, listen, I'm just going to roll the camera. You two just talk to each other. Don't push it. Just talk. Make each other laugh.
And so here's something you should know is that earlier in the scene, Ken had asked me if I would pass out papers in the background.
Yeah.
I only had 3 lines in the episode. They were, otherwise I was just background basically for that, pilot. So he asked me if I would pass out papers, and I had just doodled a little drawing of a cat, and I said, you're invited to Sprinkle's birthday party. I just sort of made up that my character had found a cat in the parking lot. I don't know. I was just sort of bored, and
we all made up backstories.
Yeah, I just made up backstory that my character had found this cat in the parking lot.
But I think it's really significant because you, in your character actory prep work, decided that your character was a crazy cat lady.
I guess I did.
Because you kind of decorated your desk with some cat stuff.
The prop department that set my desk had a paperclip holder that was a cat laying on its side, and it holds paper clips.
Okay.
I took it from my desk. I still have it. I might have stolen it as a memento. And so I think I was just looking at that, and I was doodling. And truth be told, there's only about 3 things I can draw in real life that look like the actual thing.
And one of them is a cat.
One of them is a cat.
That's kind of true for me too.
I can draw a palm tree. I can draw a cat. And I can draw Snoopy.
Hey!
There you go. And I guess I had just doodled a cat, and so I'd written on. So maybe my poor skills at drawing is also what gave birth to this moment. But I drew this cat, and I wrote, "You're invited to Sprinkle's birthday party in the parking lot."
And you gave it to me.
I handed it to you.
I remember
earlier,
and it was weird. I remember getting it in the background of the scene and thinking, I don't know what this is, but I stuck it to my computer monitor.
Yeah, it was on a Post-it, and you stuck it to your computer.
So when Ken Kwapis asked me to talk to John about anything, to do this scene, just talk to each other, I noticed that Post-it note. And I said, are you going to go something like, I can't remember,
Angela's cat party
on Sunday? And he's
like, oh no, it's ridiculous.
Like, no, definitely not. And then we giggle. And that is the bit that they left in the episode.
And that's the birth of Sprinkles.
That was the birth of Sprinkles. That turned into this cat birthday party. Greg honed in on that. He was like, what is the cat birthday party? And I said, well, Angela gave me this Post-it note. And about her birthday party for her cat or something. Yeah. And he loved it. And then for 4 seasons, we discussed Sprinkles until his untimely death in the freezer.
Okay. Yes, but that's another episode.
I won't because make you think about it.
One of my favorite Michael moments too. So that was really fun how just these little elements of us in the background sort of being bored and improvising made it into the show.
Yeah.
It's so special to me.